The story begins by showcasing a well-dressed white man named Der Teufel in a city referred to as the hell of the current time. He runs a company called Skyrocket Company, whose goal is to spread evil and encourage people to engage in bad behavior to further grow the company. It turns out that Der Teufel is also the current devil of this timeline. Der is extremely angry with his assistant since his company's stock has drastically dropped in Birkenbrüll, decreasing by 1.5% today. This means that some people on Earth are performing good deeds, which is detrimental to the business. He warns his assistant to fix the issue, or else he will be in serious trouble. The scene shifts, and we are introduced to Der's daughter, Lilith, a 19-year-old lesbian. Lilith does not enjoy learning and wants to assist her father in spreading evil. She bullies people online and randomly ties people up, for no reason. One day, she asks her father if she can go to Earth as a field representative. Initially, he tells her that she is not ready and leaves. However, due to her persistent nature, Lilith manages to convince her father to allow her to go to Earth. Despite granting her permission, her father sets conditions that she must fulfill before she can undertake the job. The conditions state that she will only be sent to Earth for 1 week to make someone evil. Otherwise, she will be sent back and obliged to do whatever her father tells her. Lilith agrees to the terms, knowing that failure could result in her becoming a maid. After agreeing, Lilith gets into a car with her father, and they head to Earth to drop her off at her assigned location. The devil informs her that her assignment is to turn a girl named Greta evil. He also gives her a ball that will change color once her task is completed. Lilith feels excited to finally have the opportunity to commit a truly evil act. She goes to Greta's place, where Greta tries to hug her, but Lilith shrugs her off. They go inside and eat. While eating, Lilith accidentally breaks one of Greta's plates, thinking that her parents might get angry and scold her. Surprisingly, nothing happens. Later, she asks Greta about her life and whether she has any friends. Greta admits that she doesn't have any friends. Lilith realizes that Greta is genuinely a good person, making it challenging to turn her evil. Lilith investigates Greta's closet and discovers photos of a guy she had a crush on. Lilith decides to use him for her mission and goes to sleep. The next day, as they prepare to board the school bus, a guy named Eddie, the principal's kid, puts gum in Greta's hair. In response, Lilith sets the bush on fire with a lighter, turning it into an actual bush. Upon reaching school, Greta expresses her concern about Lilith's action since she burned the principal's kid. Lilith nonchalantly responds with the phrase, "It is what it is," meme sound. In math class, Lilith cheats on the exam and encourages Greta to do the same, but Greta refuses and instead eats the paper. After class, 2 girls named Melody and Dahlia make fun of Greta's clothing. Lilith advises her to stand up for herself, but Greta states that she doesn't care what they think of her. At that moment, Carlos, the guy Greta has a crush on, enters the picture. However, Carlos is interested in Melody. Seeing this, Lilith devises a plan to use Carlos to turn Greta evil. She talks to Carlos and suggests that they date for 30 days and then break up. Lilith believes that this heartbreak will lead Greta to turn to the dark side. Carlos agrees and approaches Greta. Meanwhile, a guy named Samuel stares at Lilith and walks away with a smile. Intrigued, Lilith follows him, and they smoke a little. As they are doing that, they are encountered by some students who come to bully them. Samuel jumps to the roof, leaving Lilith there to defend herself. Being the badass that she is, Lilith kicks their asses, stunning Samuel in the process. After that, they go to the watchtower to enjoy the view. Suddenly, he leans in for a sloppy kiss, but she pushes him away and runs home. Later, she tells Greta about what happened, and Greta confesses that she might be in love with her. Lilith responds by saying she is a devil and can't have feelings like these. However, the ball suddenly starts changing colors, so Lilith calls her dad to confirm if devils can experience emotions. Her dad tells her that yes, devils can have feelings, but these types of devils are of no use to them. Lilith becomes more cautious and wants to help her father with this situation. During dinner, Greta's mom talks about Greta's relationship with Carlos, and the family members are happy. However, Greta feels insecure because of this. The next day, Lilith gives Greta a makeover, but Greta's mom sees it and tells her that she doesn't want her daughter dressing like a seductive magnet. At school, Melody and her friends make fun of Greta's clothes again. In retaliation, Lilith takes some sexy pictures of Greta and creates a fake website showcasing the dress she was wearing. When she shows the site to the Beauty and Beast, they are shocked to see Greta wearing a designer dress and beg Lilith to arrange the same dresses for them. Lilith sees this as an opportunity to manipulate them like puppets. Samuel approaches Lilith and invites her for a walk on the beach. Initially, she refuses, but seeing her desire to see the beach up close, she accepts the invitation. As they enjoy their time on the beach, Greta is at the auditorium watching Melody and Dahlia's practice. She gives some feedback on their performance, which leads to her getting a part in the play. However, the teacher arrives and informs them that the play has been cancelled because Melody and Dahlia posted an inappropriate dance song on YouTube, which would harm the school's reputation if they performed it at the festival. While this is happening, Lilith and Samuel are having a romantic moment watching the beach sunset. Lilith receives a call from her dad but ignores it and goes to ride the roller coaster. They plan to watch a movie, but on the way, Lilith receives 20 texts from her father asking if she is okay. She reassures him that she is great and focused on her goal. However, she realizes that she is getting distracted and needs to refocus. She runs away from Samuel and goes to an alleyway to smoke. Meanwhile, Greta and Carlos are walking home, and Carlos asks Greta to join his band. Thrilled by the offer, just as they are about to kiss, Greta's parents arrive and intervene. Back at home, Greta confides in Lilith, sharing her embarrassment. Lilith empathizes with her and assures her that everything will be okay. Lilith notices her balls turning pink and explains that it's a thermometer, dismissing it casually. The next day, the Beauty and the Beast include Greta in their group, thinking it's because she wears designer dresses, which Lilith made them believe. Carlos also arrives and attempts to kiss Greta, but Lilith stops them and takes Carlos aside. She informs him that the deal is off and she doesn't want to proceed. Carlos confesses that Lilith truly loves Greta and reveals everything to her. Heartbroken, Greta tells Lilith that she doesn't want to be friends anymore and runs away. Lilith then goes to Samuel on the beach where he tells her that he was thinking of moving away from the city. However, after seeing her, he changes his mind. Before he can say anything else, Lilith interrupts him and confesses that she doesn't love him. She walks away from him because she doesn't want to disappoint her daddy, even though she loves Samuel and has been thinking about him day and night. She returns to the bus and shares everything with Greta, explaining why she's there. She takes out her balls and explains their purpose. Upon hearing the whole story, Greta forgives Lilith, and they hug each other. The next day, the annual function takes place at the school, and the devil attends to see if Lilith has completed her mission. Meanwhile, Greta, Carlos, and the girls team up to seek revenge on the principal for canceling their play. They change the presentation slides to display a series of unfiltered photos of him. Upon seeing this, the principal starts the performance, but it gets hijacked by Greta and the others. They begin their dance play, and during the performance, Greta expresses her gratitude to Lilith for transforming her. The devil takes Lilith outside and commends her for her work. He grants her permission to love on Earth and checks her balls to see if they have changed color from black. He is delighted to see that her balls are still black and leaves. Later, Lilith asks Greta about the ball, and Greta reveals that she painted it. They share a hug. On the other side, Lilith runs to Samuel and confesses her love for him. They kiss each other, and the movie ends.